My high school principal destroyed my college dreams, so I destroyed his legacy. Principal Garrett treated scholarship kids like temporary inconveniences at the prep school. He made Destiny repeat sophomore year for maturity issues until she lost her scholarship. He assigned Robert to all the hardest teachers who famously failed half their students. He scheduled Madison's required classes at the same time, making it impossible to graduate on time. I noticed the pattern when I became one of 5 scholarship students in my grade. First, Garrett documented every minor infraction we made while ignoring identical behavior from wealthy students. I got detention for wearing a hoodie, while Bradley Wellington wore the same one all week without consequence. Security conducted random locker searches that somehow only targeted scholarship kids. The academic sabotage felt more deliberate. My calculus teacher started marking me absent for assignments I'd submitted directly to him. When I showed him my organized binder with every completed assignment, he claimed the gradebook was final. My chemistry teacher switched my lab partner 3 times until I got paired with someone who never attended class. This forced me to complete every project alone while other students worked together. Garrett escalated during junior year. He called me to his office claiming teachers had complained about my attitude. When I asked for specifics, he just smiled and suggested students from my background often struggled with our rigorous environment. He knew my mom worked 2 jobs and made comments about lacking proper guidance at home. After I won the state science fair, he pulled me aside and hoped I hadn't received unfair help. He emphasized how other families could afford tutors while mine obviously couldn't. Everything ended the day before college applications were due. In Garrett's office, fabricated evidence covered his desk, while Keisha, another scholarship kid, sat broken in the corner. She'd already confessed to buying test answers from me. Garrett explained the security footage had corrupted, eliminating my alibi. He called MIT that morning to revoke my early admission and report academic dishonesty. My full scholarship was terminated, and this expulsion would be permanent. He'd prepared everything perfectly. Standing over me, he delivered his rehearsed speech about people like me believing we deserved unearned success. He said I'd never belonged among students with generational excellence. The words felt practiced, like he'd given this speech before. I realized then how many others had sat in this chair. Security escorted me out through hallways of staring faces. Rich kids photographed me carrying my belongings in a cardboard box. The parking lot felt miles away. Behind me, Garrett had already returned to his desk, preparing for his next victim. After getting my GED, I enrolled in community college while working warehouse nights. During those shifts, I researched 20 years of scholarship students. My spreadsheet tracked enrollment dates, supposed infractions, and expulsion timing. The pattern was undeniable. 57 out of 60 had been removed just before college applications. Weekends meant driving across the state to interview former students. Each told the same story of planted evidence or manufactured violations. At State University, I built credibility writing for the campus paper about education inequality. My investigative thesis on systemic discrimination gained recognition. The breakthrough came when Mrs. Morrison contacted me after reading my work. The former math teacher was dying of cancer and wanted to expose Garrett's schemes. She provided written records of meetings where Garrett discussed eliminating scholarship students to protect the school's image. Her gradebook showed wealthy students' scores improving after parental donations. She'd kept everything for 15 years, waiting for someone who'd listen. I launched my attack through the State Education Journal with surgical precision. My article transformed 20 years of data into undeniable proof that Garrett had systematically eliminated 57 scholarship students. I included their names, their manufactured infractions, and their current struggles with ruined futures. The response was immediate and overwhelming. Garrett's threats of legal action backfired when I published them, alongside evidence of his crimes. Current students began documenting everything, creating a real-time archive of his discrimination. Their parents didn't just organize, they hired investigators who uncovered more victims across 3 states. Every day brought new revelations as families realized their children hadn't failed, but been failed. Mrs. Morrison orchestrated the killing blow from her hospice bed. She didn't just provide evidence, she gave investigators a roadmap to Garrett's corruption. Her documents exposed the admission price list, the grade manipulation system, and the scholarship student elimination protocol. She revealed offshore accounts, bribery networks, and 20 years of embezzled funds. The FBI found $3.2 million stolen from programs meant to help the very students he destroyed. The reckoning was biblical. Princeton didn't just revoke his son's degree, they announced it during his investment banking interview. The school board held public hearings where hundreds testified about Garrett's destruction. They removed his name from everything and installed a memorial to his victims. 47 graduates lost degrees, triggering lawsuits that bankrupted the school's insurance. Garrett's co-conspirators turned witness against him. His wife left with their assets frozen. The man who destroyed futures for sport watched his own future incinerate in real time. The school lost accreditation while Garrett faced trial for fraud and embezzlement. He received 18 months in prison and paid back millions in stolen funds. Last year I encountered him working as a grocery store cashier. When he recognized me, I told him I didn't think about him anymore and walked to another register. The truth had destroyed everything he built on lies.